British SAS, World War II. The Special Air Service was formed by David Stirling in 1941. Its purpose was to act as a desert-raiding airborne force unit that would secretly fight behind enemy lines in the North African campaign. The first unit of the SAS, of around 60 men, was called the Detachment, Special Air Service Brigade. This name was used to confuse the Axis into thinking it was a much larger paratrooper regiment. In November 1941, the SAS would go on its first mission, named Operation Squatter, a parachute drop behind German lines in support of the Operation Crusader offensive. They were to attack the airfields at Gazala and Tamimi, placing bombs on German and Italian aircraft in the night. However, the mission was a failure. Some troops were injured upon landing from parachute, weather conditions were terrible, and enemy resistance was high. 22 men were killed or captured, and no enemy aircraft had been destroyed. Their next mission was a success. Transported by trucks from the long-range desert group, the SAS destroyed 60 enemy aircraft without a single casualty. In 1942, the Axis powers in North Africa were losing many planes as a result of SAS activity, and its reputation amongst the enemy was becoming well known. German forces were on constant alert for the next SAS attack. The most successful plane destroyer was Paddy Mayne, who reports suggested destroyed over 100 planes. Jeeps were also used by the SAS against Axis airfields and fuel dumps in hit-and-run attacks. Obtained by the British Army from the Lend-Lease scheme, the Jeeps were modified for these types of attacks. The windscreen and sometimes the bumpers were removed to lower the weight. The radiator grille bars were removed to aid cooling in the desert climate, and a water condensing unit was fitted to the front. The Jeeps were also heavily armed with combinations of both Browning and Vickers K machine guns. By September 1942, the Detachment SAS Brigade was renamed as the 1st SAS Regiment, consisting of 4 British squadrons, 1 special boat section, and 1 Greek and 1 Free French squadron. After the German defeat in North Africa, the SAS turned to Europe. David Stirling, who was nicknamed as the Phantom Major by the Germans, was captured in January 1943, becoming a POW. He tried to escape many times before being moved to the escape-proof Colditz Castle. The SAS in this year were involved in the Italian campaign. One such operation, called Begonia and Jonquil, saw the SAS attempt to rescue POWs and guide them to beaches on the Adriatic coast. In 1944, the SAS would assist the invasion of Normandy, aiding the French resistance behind enemy lines, and stop German reinforcements from reaching the front lines. Operation Wallace saw 60 British soldiers, commanded by Major Roy Farren, fight through German-occupied forests, successfully pushing the enemy back and contributing to the end of German occupation. Beyond D-Day, the SAS pushed into Germany, helped liberate the Bergen-Belsen concentration camp, and were later sent to Norway to disarm the 300,000-strong German garrison. The SAS were disbanded at the end of World War II, but they would be reformed again in 1947 to fight into future conflicts. Subscribe to see more history videos. Get Simple History, World War II, out today.